We know that providing timely feedback to students is very important. We know that doing that in the context of practice allows them to make applications of what they're doing. We also know that learners learn from each other.
Put yourself in the mindset of a young person who's used to rapid ways to accrue information, that watches videos, plays games, and learns in a much different way than an older generation learned.
Everybody learns at a different pace. And we should respect that and let everyone learn at a different pace.
And what we're doing with a flipped classroom or an inverted classroom and what we're calling interactive learning is that we're taking the lecture out of the classroom.
Interactive learning really embodies a whole range of methodologies and pedagogies that really, where the goal is to have very tight engagement between the instructor and the learner and the material.
In interactive learning, the typical homework, the solving of puzzles, the working through issues is actually done together with a variety of other people, so it's homework in the classroom. And the classic classroom stuff, which is being lectured to, learning facts, is done at home, either by watching videos or textbooks or so forth.
Well, there's one final thing that we have to put in here, and that is the popliteus. And you can see it's this
The student on their own watches the video, which has been prepared in a way that can be interrupted, stopped, run at 2 times speed, with reading materials and online resources that are appropriate for that video to fill the gaps as needed. The student now comes to the classroom with curiosity having been spurred on by watching the video in advance, is given an engaging vignette or problem, a multi-station exercise, or some other active learning exercise. They have had their curiosity piqued by the video, and now they're engaging with their peers and their faculty member in a back and forth, dynamic, engaging learning environment.
This is a holistic methodology that has both online and offline components, neither one of which can live on its own. So the objective is to put these things together to make a complete educational experience.
At first I was a little bit skeptical. I do like going to lecture and being able to ask the professor questions and just being, I guess, having that person in front of me to keep me engaged while I learn. But actually ended up really liking the interactive activities. I thought it was a great way to reinforce some of the concepts rather than just trying to passively take it in.
I find that my colleagues and I do learn better when we have something at stake in the conversation. For the classes where we've been forced to sit down with a concept and actually create our own ideas about it, I don't have to go back and study those later because I learned the first time.
I think what we found so far is that not only were students very receptive to the idea, but they really enjoyed it. And I think a lot of them now are kind of expecting this to be the new paradigm in a lot of their other courses because they see a lot of benefits from it. And I think it is true that it takes a lot of work up front to make a good interactive session. Overall, I'm not sure that it does take more work. And the students really were engaged.